Peace, it's Equalityfragrances coming to you from PG County, Maryland. Welcome to my cipher. A cipher is a person, place, a thing within my circumference. The understanding of my cipher is peace. For all those returning to my channel, I humbly appreciate your support. For all those new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I drop some new videos. So with that being said, come on in, sit down, and let's build. Today, what I'm gonna be doing is giving you my top 10 Designer Gourmand list edition. I meant to give you this in 2019, but I got busy, things got caught up. I gave you the niche edition, but if anybody who follows me, you're gonna realize that I love gourmand fragrances. I have way too many, and there's a lot of gourmand fragrances that aren't gonna be highlighted just because I'm not gonna make a top 20. I don't have that kind of clout where you want to hear me talk for 20 plus minutes naming all fragrances. So I'll just give you a top 10. I'm gonna give you a top 10 with 2 honorable mentions. So anyway, let's get it short, quick, straight to the point. Let's get down to the show. Honorable mention number 1 comes from the house of Rochas, and this is Rochas Man. Yeah, we hate the bottle, but this was a nice fragrance. The notes you're gonna get lavender, bergamot, raspberry, cappuccino, vanilla, sandalwood, amber, patchouli. That's what you get out of here. How to best describe this fragrance? You describe this fragrance as pancakes. This is very close to Bond Number 9's New Harlem, which is discontinued. If you want to smell sweet like coffee, dessert, gourmandish pancakes, this is going to be it. The lavender brings and the bergamot brings an extra bit of brightness, but it dries down to a nice vanillic patchouli note. Very beautiful, coffee-like. So, honorable mention number 1, Rochas Man from Rocha. Honorable mention number 2 comes from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, and this is Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. What this is a tiramisu bomb. You get notes of tiramisu, you get sandalwood, tonka bean, bergamot, pink pepper. This is sweet. If you do not like sweet fragrances, stay away from this. This is dessert-like. It starts off a little bright with the cardamom, bergamot, and pink pepper, but then it dries down to a nice, sweet tiramisu dessert-like fragrance. Very nice. It's going to last a long time. I ain't give you a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a solid 7.5. Easy. And as well with the Rochas Man. So both of those, 7.5, easy. Honorable mention number 2, Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. Coming in at number 10 comes from the house of Givenchy, and this is Givenchy Pop. Vanilla is my favorite note in fragrances at this point, and it's been for a long time. Givenchy Pop was my first vanilla fragrance I got introduced to. You get notes of basil, tarragon, and some florals up top with some, I want to say, mandarin orange, but that's all in the background. What you get from this is a vanilla. You got vanilla, tonka bean, cedarwood, and almonds. That's when I first got introduced to vanilla and almonds, and I've been in love with it ever since. You got a bitter almond. With this, it goes through several changes. You get this powdery vanilla in the beginning, and I think that really comes from the tonka and the bitter almond mixing together along with the vanilla, and it comes off powdery. As it dries down, it becomes this dessert-like cooking vanilla. This is the OG of vanillas to me. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 8. Easy. Has always been a staple in my collection. This is a newer bottle. I want to say this is my 2nd or 3rd bottle I've been through since I've ever been collecting. It's one I just like to have on standby. Brings me good olfactory memories. Coming in at number 10, Givenchy Pop. Coming in at number 9 comes from the house of Zara, and this is a 2019 release, and this is Unexpected Fresh Spicy. I did a review on this. You can go see. What you're going to get here is 3 notes: cinnamon, patchouli, and sandalwood. This has similar, but not the same, kind of effects to me when I smell Ojon, which is this apple pie type vibe. You don't get the apple as much, but the cinnamon along with the sandalwood, the creamy sandalwood, give this a nice scent. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 8. Easy. This is going to last on skin about 7 to 8 hours. It goes into a nice, beautiful skin scent that sits close to the skin after about the 2 hour mark. Hour and a half, 2 hour mark. It projects pretty good for the first hour. But this is fall and winter in a bottle. I enjoy it. Check it out. You can get this for the low, for well under 30 strip-a-ones. Yeah. Coming in at number 9, Unexpected Fresh Spicy by the House of Czar. Coming in at number 8 from the House of Czar. Comes from also their tobacco collection, and this is Rich, Warm, Addictive. What you get here is tobacco, which the tobacco isn't that heavy. You get tobacco. What I really get is coconut, honey, and a sandalwood that gives it a vanillic, a creamy sandalwood with cedarwood there. It gives it like a woodsy, tobacco-ish, honey, coconut kind of scent. Very, very, very delicious to me. Very nice cuddle, date night scent, just going out, hanging out. This is a beautiful, beautiful scent. Put it on, definitely good for fall and winter. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a solid 8. Easy. On skin, 7 to 8 hours. Project very good for about the first hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you're pushing it. But very solid for under 30 strip-a-ones. Cannot beat it. Number 8, Rich, Warm, Addictive. Coming in at number 7, comes from the house of Paco Rabanne, and that is a 2019 release, and it's a flanker, and that is Pure Excess Night. What you get from here, you're going to get a bright opening that was in the original. This is Eau de Parfum. You're going to get ginger and ginseng at the top, which is going to be very, very, very bright. It's going to be almost reminiscent to the original. But wait, because the vanilla, you're going to get vanilla, cacao, cedarwood, caramel, and myrrh. So this is going to dry down to a nice caramelic vanilla chocolate mix. The ginseng or the ginger kind of stays there it stays there throughout the life, give or take, giving you that pure excess vibe that you get from the original. But this goes in a whole different direction. With this, different than the original, you're getting better performance, better projection on it. This is a nice pickup. I enjoy it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a solid 8. Easy. This is a universal compliment. You'll get compliments with this. For those who like compliments, I don't really get into that, but it's a universally loved scent. You're gonna get compliments on this. A good designer fragrance. Coming in at number 7, Paco Rabanne, Pure Excess Night. Coming in at number 6, comes from the house of Thierry Mugler, and what you're gonna get is Amen, Pure Havana. What you get with this is a tobacco honey fragrance, followed by the infamous patchouli note with vanilla, cacao, amber, labdanum. This is a beautiful scent. Very similar, or Naxos is very similar to this. The difference between this and Naxos to me is Naxos starts off a little fougere type with the lavender up top, where this up top is heavier in tobacco. With Naxos, I get more of a tobacco, tonka, I get honey, tonka, tobacco. With Naxos, with this, I get honey, tobacco with vanillic undertones. This is a beautiful scent. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 8.5. Easy. Beautiful. It's the OG. You're going to get longevity, good projection. It'll last you about 8 hours, 8+ hours. You're going to get 2 to 3 hours in the first arm's length. Good projection, very good sillage. Very good scent for the fall and winter or cold nights. If you love tobacco, it's one to definitely have. Coming in number 6, Amen, Pure Havana. Coming in number 5, comes from the house of Imperial Armani, and this is Stronger with You, Intensely. What you get from here is the Oriental Woody with fougere accents. And the fougere comes from, to me, the pink pepper, the juniper, the lavender up top, which gives it a very spicy kick along with the cinnamon. You're going to get toffee that's going to come in real quick, but as it dries down to a tonka, amber, vanilla, and suede with the toffee never going away. The juniper and pink pepper the spicy hangs around, but I really think that's mostly coming from the cinnamon. But this is going to project and perform. This is, I want to say, Eau de Parfum. They released this in, which is a flanker from their original. To me, if you don't have the original and you get this, you really don't need the original, in my most humble opinion. You don't need both. Get this one. It's better. It's going to perform better. And the other one wasn't a slouch. I'm getting 10 plus hours on this. You put this on your clothes, it's going to work. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 9. Easy. It's a designer fragrance that will be loved. I haven't found anybody who has not liked this. It's a very, very good scent. Yeah, so that's number 5, Stronger with You, Intensely. Coming in at number 4 is a fragrance that has not been talked about, and I don't know why. It comes from the house of Swiss Arabians, and this is Casa Blanca. Listen, this is a caramel beauty. This came out in 2016. If you are a fan of Mula Mula, which came out in 2018, you will love this. This is like a lighter version of Mula Mula. I feel like Mula Mula added the saffron with the oud and peach to amp it up a little bit. This is just like Mula Mula, but just toned down just slightly. Both are Eau de Parfums. Mula Mula is going to project way better though. I'm not even going to lie to you. But this is a nice, solid fragrance. What you're going to get in the top, you're going to get apple, grapes, patchouli, iris, woody notes, and caramel that come right up top. The caramel goes nowhere, and the apple grape stays around. In the base, you're going to get white musk, amber, caramel, Peru balsam, and suede. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 9. Easy. This is an underrated, beautiful gem. The only place I've seen this was on Amazon, and you can get it for under 40 strip awards. Listen, I like this. I like this a lot. Good for date nights. Good for cuddle scents. It's warm. It's inviting. It's sensual. Man, I don't know why it's not talked about. I'm gonna have to do a full review for this. Yeah, number 4, Casa Blanca from Swiss Arabia. Coming in number 3 comes from the house of 1821 Man-Made, and this is Sweet Tobacco. As you can see, I've given this some burn. I've had this for a couple years now, and I've burned in this. This, you're gonna get honey, tobacco is really what you get, but there's a lot of other things going along, like vanilla, you got Manuka honey, I already said, you have tonka bean, you have dry fruits, you have woody notes, and you have musk. This is this is almost diabetic. This is sweetness in a bottle. It will last 10 plus hours on skin. If you put it on clothes, it's going to be there. If you don't like sweet scents, I think for the majority of these, if you don't like sweet scents or gourmands, this ain't really for you. This video ain't for you. But if you do, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a solid 10. Easy in my book, without a doubt. This is a beautiful, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gourmands. One of my favorite designer gourmands I have in my collection. Yeah. Coming in number 3, 1821, Sweet Tobacco. Coming in number 2, comes from the house of Alexandria, and this is Campfire Nights. This is an inspired interpretation or a clone of Maison Margiela's replica by the fireplace. People might say, well, why is Alexandria here and in some of my niche fragrance lists? Well, the way I look at it is if they inspire a designer, I'll put it in the designer list. If it's an inspired niche, I'll put it in the niche list. And if it's their own creation, I'll also put it in the niche list. Anywho, what you get from this, there's a lot of different notes within this, but let's just go ahead and cut to the chase. What you get from this when you smell this is burning wood, and people say chestnuts. I get the chestnuts, the roasted candied chestnuts. But what I really get, what it really reminds me of is a fireplace and burning with marshmallows. Beautiful, beautiful scent. I've give this on a scale of 1 to 10, a 9.5 easy. I won't give it a 10 because it's inspired interpretation. But if this was Mason Margiela's Replicate by the Fireplace, that'll get a solid 10 in my book. I enjoy it. Perfect for the fall and winter. This, to me, is just a better, slightly better version of the original. But both are good. So, coming in number 2, Campfire Nights by Alexandria Fragrances. Coming in number 1 comes from the house of Tom Ford, and I believe everybody should have this one. And this is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. This is just a vanillic, spicy, woody scent. At the top, you're going to get the saffron, you're going to get nutmeg, you're going to get cardamom, with a little orange and orange blossom up top. You're going to have some florals in the mid. You ain't going to get it. But also up top, the Indian dessert called Kufi is going to come up top. That's going to make this really, really sweet. When it dries down, it's going to dry down to an amber accord with vanilla, sandalwood, and woody notes. This is one of my intelligent reach fragrances. What's an intelligent reach? When you're smart enough to know you can pick this up and go anywhere and put it on, and it'll wear wonderful. Definitely a fall and winter fragrance though. I wouldn't wear it outside of fall. It's gonna have to be a little cold for me to wear it, but do what you want when you want, and I'm not gonna tell you how to wear your fragrances. But for me, I wish it performed a little bit better. And when I say perform, I mean overall. I mean, you get longevity. I get about 8 hours, give or take 7.5, 8 hours, kind of up and down. Sometimes 8.5 hours if I push it. But I get only about an hour, hour and a half of really good projection. But then it starts setting a little bit close to the skin. Not a skin scent at about the 5-hour mark. It starts going skin scenty. But it's very inviting. It's warm, perfect for date nights, perfect for cuddle scents. Not too loud, and that's okay. Everything doesn't have to be loud. Anyway, my number 1 comes from the house of Tom Ford, and that's Noir Extreme. So that was my top 10 Gourmand list designer edition. I wanted to give you on both sides because I just have so many gourmands, and I felt like some just need to be recognized. Because to be honest, if I do give you like a really solid top 10, it might be a whole bunch of niche fragrances. And if I can't kind of slide a couple of designers within that list that I think makes sense, then I'm just gonna have to give you a designer list because that's just the way it goes. Just to give everybody doesn't want to get the niche fragrances. Sometimes they want some designer fragrances, so I try to appease to everybody. I wanted to get this out to you again back in 2019. I wasn't able to, but I'm glad I can finally drop it now. Do you own any of these fragrances? What are your thoughts? What designer gourmand fragrances do you own? Put them down below. I might want to try them out. Anyway, wear what you like, when you like, forget the hype. Try everything out. Do not blind buy nothing. Just because I love it don't mean you will, and just because it's good on my skin don't mean it's going to be good on yours. If you following me, do not blind buy it. If I say I get compliments on it, don't mean you gonna get compliments on it. It's a lot of things that go into compliments, but that's a whole nother rant. So, with that being said, I'm gonna leave you the way I greeted you, and that's in universal language of peace.